Here. If you're new to my channel, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. I'm getting over being sick, so that is why you hear my voice being so raspy. If you hear the baby in the background, she's just playing with stuff. This is going to be a story time of how I found out I was pregnant and how my family reacted to how I was pregnant. So let's just jump into it. So I think it was like November 15th. I had really bad pain. And I thought I was ovulating, and I get ovulation pain around my period time. Well, not like around my period. Yeah, I would say around my period time. I get ovulation pain. That's how I know my period's coming. That's how I know when I'm ovulating. I did have it's called implantation bleeding. So I thought I was just ovulation pain because I had implantation bleeding the 11th through, I'd say, the 13th of October. So I wasn't like late, but it was like a really light period. And then I went in on the 15th for pain, for ovary pain. And I called my doctor. Like, I called my OB because I wasn't sure if I needed to call like my primary doctor or my OB. So I was like, hey, this is my woman doctor. Like, what do I need to do? She told me I needed to go to the hospital. And I was like, hey, I had a period. And she's like, did you take a pregnancy test? I was like, no, I did not take a pregnancy test. She's like, well, go up there just to be on the safe side. And if you are pregnant, let's just make sure the baby's not in your tubes. I was like, okay, I'll go just to be on the safe side. It's just probably nothing, Went to the hospital. They did blood work, which you can see in my me taking a test. They did blood work. I stayed there. They did an ultrasound. So we got the blood work. They came in. They were like, you're pregnant. And I was like, oh, so it's not ovulation pain. They're like, we're going to do an ultrasound to make sure the baby is not in your fallopian tubes. I was like, okay, let's just do that. And it's one of the ones that go up inside you. The ultrasound, it's like a vaginal ultrasound. They're not comfortable. So they did that, and they saw a baby. But what they saw that was causing the pain was a fibroid. That was not fun whatsoever. I don't remember how many weeks I was when I went to the hospital, but they saw a fibroid on my right ovary. I believe it was my right ovary. I don't know, but they saw a fibroid, and that was what's causing my pain. And they showed me the baby. The baby was healthy, and the baby was good to go. So I got discharged, and then I went home and I took a pregnancy test because I didn't believe I was pregnant because this is my 5th kid. So I didn't believe I was pregnant whatsoever. I was like, I just had a period. Like, what? There's just no way. Even though I had blood work saying that I was pregnant, and I had like the hormone H something. Can't remember the hormone. Even though I had that, I was like, I'm gonna take a pregnancy test because I don't believe this. This can't be real. I was in such denial that I was pregnant again. So took a pregnancy test. It came out positive. I took another one. It came out positive. I was definitely very pregnant. Like I said, I don't remember how far along I was. That's how I found I was pregnant. Was pretty much in the hospital. That's not a fun way to find out that you're pregnant. It's not like a joyful thing. It's a scary thing. At least for me, it was a very scary thing to go through. Just because I didn't know what was going on until somebody told me what was going on. So that's how I found out I was pregnant. Now, skip a couple months. Like, I was around 13 weeks. 13 weeks. I was 13 weeks. The baby was measuring a whole week ahead when I finally got prenatal care. And so I was really late on my prenatal care. I went to like this, I wouldn't say like it's Planned Parenthood, but it's called like a pregnancy hope center. So it's kind of similar to that. Went there. They confirmed that I was definitely pregnant. I was 13 weeks pregnant. I couldn't get it on with my OB for like the longest time. It was so bad because of how thought broke out she was. So with that being said, I kept my pregnancy. This was the longest I've ever went without keeping my pregnancy to myself and to myself and to my fiance and with my kids. It was something that I wanted and that I needed to keep to myself because I've never done that. I needed that I needed to keep it to myself as for my mental health. Like, I didn't want to have to deal with people being rude and saying, why didn't you use protection? What, like, why didn't you get your tubes tied after your baby was born? All this negative stuff. I just didn't want to deal with it. I just recently announced that I was pregnant. Um, and I am almost 17 weeks. So when I finally announced that I was pregnant to my family, I was 14 weeks, almost 15 weeks pregnant. And that was around Christmas time. Oh, it was around Christmas time, my daughter's birthday. So my daughter turned 7 on the 16th of December. And then I didn't want to take away from her day, but I told my mom, like my mom's side of the family, that I had a present that we've been keeping for a while. Now, I tell my mom and my sister everything. We are very open with how we talk. So, me not talking about my periods, me not bringing up my periods or asking her for pads or tampons, she and my sister already expected that I was pregnant. They were just waiting for me to confirm that I was pregnant. So I told them I was pregnant on my daughter's birthday because I was like, you know what? Why not wait? I wanted to wait until Christmas, but I didn't. So I told them because they already knew. They already asked me, "Are you pregnant?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm pregnant. Here's the ultrasound picture." And that's how my mom found out that I was pregnant. It was around my daughter. It was on my daughter's birthday, 7th birthday, and I made sure not to take away from her day. I made sure she had an amazing day. And then they just were like, congratulations. They were very supportive, which is what I expect in my family. I expect my family to be supportive of me no matter if they don't like my decision, like if they like my decision or not. It took me a while to even tell my mom's side, like to tell my mom and my sister on that side of my family. Same with my dad. It took me quite some time because also when I found out, before I told everybody, I wanted an abortion. And the reason why I wanted abortion was for medical reasons. And the medical reasons is because I hemorrhaged with my son. Now, I did have medication for it. We're good. I went on to have another great pregnancy. There's really no complications during her pregnancy besides her not growing. And that was my last pregnancy. So, as you can hear in the background, she's not too happy. So that went good. So that was another reason why I literally had to look up because I talked to my fiance. I looked up um, information about abortion and what it can affect on your mental health. I had postpartum depression with my son due to one, domestic violence that I don't like to get into, and his father is actually getting out of prison this year, but that's a side note, and I don't want to get into more of that story. So I had postpartum depression with him. I hemorrhaged with him. His birth was just traumatic. That was the main reason why I wanted abortion, but I knew in my heart that I wouldn't go through with it because I love my kids anyways. It's just something I wouldn't go through with. It's just not who I am. So also I didn't want to get postpartum depression again because the chances of having postpartum depression while having an abortion is significantly higher, like 60% higher. And I was like, you know what? I want to be alive for my kids. I'm going to tell my family. So that was one of the main reasons why I did not tell my family because I wasn't sure if I wanted the abortion, if I can handle the guilt, if I could handle all of it. So that's why I waited to tell my family. Now my dad and my stepmom, that was a whole different story. I told them after I told them first, and then I told my mom. And it was 2 days before I told my mom that I was pregnant. But she already knew. Like, she knew me. Like, I'm her daughter. She knows everything. Like, she just had that intuition. Same with my sister. So they already knew. That's why I wasn't too worried on, that's why I wasn't worried on telling them sooner. So I told my dad and my stepmom. Now, to each their own opinion. They had their own opinions. That's all I'm going to get into it. It didn't go the greatest, but it is what it is. I still love both of them. I love my family no matter what. So they didn't take it as well, but it is what it is. To each their opinion. We're just gonna leave it at that. My mom's side of the family took it great. They're very supportive. And that's what it is. Like, I'm okay with that. And people who support me, and people who don't support me. And I don't want that. I don't want people in my life for 2024 and for my mental health. I don't want people in my life that don't support me in my decisions. That's something I'm learning as I am a people pleaser. So that is another reason why I waited so long to announce my pregnancy. But that's pretty much how my family reacted. My mom was very supportive. My dad wasn't. he is, but he isn't at the same time. You know, like it was very, you know, different opinions. Disagree to agree. You know, like however we say that saying. They don't agree. I agree with my decision. I'm not gonna change back. It's too late to change back. I'm almost 17 weeks. I love this baby. This baby is a blessing. Um, I see, you know, when you get pregnant, especially unexpected and like unexpected, you know, babies are there for a reason. They get put in your life for a reason, and that's how I see it. That's my belief. My babies are there for a reason, and that's it. And that's how I see it, and that's how I'll always see it. And they can be a lesson. They can be something that I learn from. I learn from all my kids. All my kids have taught me everything. Like I'm still learning. I'm still learning how to be a boy's mom. I'm still learning how to be a girl's mom. Like my kids have taught me everything. So with that being said, that is how I found out I was pregnant. That is how my family reacted that I was pregnant. These are the reasons why I kept my pregnancy a secret. One, from my family up until a certain point, and two, from social media, just because of what I said. Now, I've announced my pregnancy on social media, and I am almost 17 weeks. So I've announced it on Instagram, I've announced it on TikTok, I have announced it on my Snapchat. The only social media platform that I have not announced my pregnancy on is Facebook. I figured the people who know that I'm pregnant know, and the people who don't. Like, that is for my own mental health. And I'm okay with that. Now, not everybody might not agree with my decision on having a fifth baby and keeping the fifth baby. And that's okay. So, before I close this video out, if you do not support me, please unadd me from my channel. This channel is for memories. I love to look back at my channel for memories. I'm not gonna post always on time and always have a schedule. My videos mostly for memories or whenever I feel like posting. So, if you don't support me, please unadd me because I don't want to deal with that. I don't have time to deal with that. And my mental health doesn't have time to deal with that. Now, I'm closing out this video. I am very happy and content of how I told my family and how I went about the whole situation. With that being said, I hope you guys like this video. Don't forget to subscribe and comment like below. And I will see you guys in a next video. And that explains why I'm wearing the same shirt, because I took a shower and filmed a video for you guys. Side note, but I hope you guys have a good rest of your day.